My question is to people and family members of mental ill individuals. How does the systems that are set in place help our loved ones? If we call the cops on them to get them help, not arrested, help, they either are told not, well, you're drunk or you're high, so we can't call this a mental health illness, as if uh, dealing with the problems is not often, you can even say usually, self-medicated with some form of drug or alcohol by the mentally ill. So then let's say they do get arrested and they are charged with public intoxication or drunken disorderly. Explain to me how criminalizing the mentally ill helps with the rehabilitation process. I mean, when a person is having a mental health episode, they are not aware of anything that's going on. I'm not talking about people who acting crazy. You can leave them alone. I'm talking about a person who's really having a mental health episode. They are not cognizant of their surroundings, their frame of mind, or their emotional state. They literally want to get out of their own head at that moment. So how and why are they criminalized? Like what does that solve? So then you take that same person who now has a criminal record for, disorderly conduct or public intoxication. Now, let's say he gets stopped for just walking on the road, right? He wasn't drunk, wasn't bothering anybody. Cops just decided to say, "Hey, sir, we saw you walking on the road," and whether they suspected him as a suspect or they just wanted to ask him questions, because cops do that. They really do, especially if it's a black person. Now, this person who's mentally ill usually has some form of paranoia, and they do not like being around people. They do not like feeling boxed in. But now you have a cop, a very authoritative person in their face. And nowadays, when a cop shows up, they come with company. So at this time, I say, what should the cop do? What should the mental health person do? Like, should they just try to act as normal as possible, which is not possible for them? Or is it okay for them to become agitated? Because I want to understand where the common sense stops when it comes down to cops and mentally ill people. I saw that video of the cop shooting that lady with Alzheimer's. What made him so afraid for his life? She was more than 6 feet away from him with a knife. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to bet, if she even threw it at him, which she didn't even have her hands in the position to throw it at him, it wouldn't go to hit him. I mean, there was nothing. I mean, like, did he think she was a professional knife thrower? Like, even though she didn't have her hands in a position to throw it at him? Like what? Did it trigger something in him to where, he felt like, I have to kill this person because what? Dementia is contagious? I just want to understand why the cops treat minorities with mental illness so badly. And yes, Rittenhouse, that guy that shot up that Tops store, he was escorted. And I know this is not new information, but it's a kick in the face for every minority in the United States for them to even mention insanity. For you to specifically target anybody or anything means that you have the ability to rationalize and reason. That is not, I say, any type of behavior that is consistent with a mentally ill person. Why is this all being overlooked? Well, because he's white. However, this behavior of acceptance for white people's crimes and unacceptance of minority crimes and cops for mentally ill people or just minority people in general is really, really increasing the anxiety amongst the mentally ill community. A good bit of those people, they can't live in houses. They can't live in a boxed figure because it still makes them feel constricted. And this is one of the reasons why you have so many homeless people that are mentally ill. It's not just specific to schizophrenic or schizoid people. It's for anyone who has a mental illness, feeling boxed, trapped, paranoid. It is a very, very serious thing with them. I just don't understand how the law helps with this. And the sad part is the states, on a state and federal level, actually have statutes and regulations to prevent a mentally ill person from being criminalized. However, they are still criminalized. Or is the government just writing laws just to write laws just so their law, I'd say, people could not follow the law? I mean, like, how does that work?